Right. So, folks, what does this mean in reality, these Fleet Safety Awards? Does it change lives? Do organizations benefit? So we now have Jonathan Mphake, who was last year's winner of the Fleet Safety Manager of the Year award. He has also won 2 Logistics Achiever awards in his career as a specialist, chain supply specialist. So let's give Jonathan the podium and let him share with you, because this is what we would like to see with other individuals as well. Jonathan?
Wow, I'm nervous, but I hope it's going to go well. Let's just stand, all of us right now. Let's just take a deep breath. You can sit back down. Thank you so much for allowing me to come here today. Story is told of a husband and a wife. They go to a petrol station. And as they're at the petrol station, they fill up, and the husband says to the petrol attendant, "Listen, man, this windscreen is dirty. Wipe it." The man wipes it, and he says, "It's still dirty, wipe it." The man wipes it. He says, "What is wrong with you? Are you stupid? You need to wipe it again." And the wife says, "Honey, let me take your glasses and wipe your glasses because you cannot see." Vision is what propels us to do right. And the vision we have about fleet safety is a vision that is personal. And for me, it is a vision about excellence. So I'm going to summarize a couple of these slides. Winning this momentous award, for me, said something. It says to the industry and it says to the public that fleet management is a science. When you're a fleet manager, there are many balls that you're juggling in the sky. It is a science. It is a subset of supply chain management and logistics. It is not the guy with the hammer kicking the tires or knocking the engine and thinking it's going to work while it's leaking oil. That is 1970 something. It doesn't exist anymore. Like I said, this is what it is. And for South Africa to become productive at the RFA, they always spoke about that trucks is the lifeblood. It is the heart of the economy that drives this economy forward. And for this to happen, the fleet manager who is responsible for lives on the road needs to understand that the technological advancements of optics or whatever dash cam you have, of telematics, of fuel management, tire management, total cost of ownership, cents per kilometer, how to bring that across to stratify a picture that will enable us as fleet managers to make sure people go home safely. That is who we are. The impact of this award was tremendous. It highlighted for me a very personal touch, because fleet managers, like I said, were people that were ignored. And I always say this, one of the COOs of my new company asked me, "What is the difference that you see in companies?" And I said to them, every company is part of supply chain management, every company is part of transportation. Whatever commodity you're transporting, you are part of supply chain management. And there are principles that are in there that must be adhered to. It said to me, and it gave me this recognition, and like Eugene has said, so many times fleet managers, they're in warehouses, they are busy with chip pallets. That is a very wonderful thing to do and recon that account. It's wonderful. They're busy with all types of things, forklifts, and they don't get the recognition. And I thought to myself, what a tremendous initiative to recognize these men and women that go the extra mile, work so many hours because they want to get the individuals home to their children safely. I'm a member of the supply chain professional body, and I was interested, and I saw them even recognizing this. And I said to myself, this is what we need. a focus on fleet management. I think, is it not working? Oh, there you go. So like I said, then it brings to the next step. Why should you enter these awards? First of all, is as the industry, just like RTQS or especially RTMS, the industry is standing up and the industry is saying, we are not going to accept just good enough. We're not going to just accept the mere basics. We want excellence in what we're doing. We want something that ensures not only do they get home safely, but like they said at the RFA convention, we keep pumping the blood into the economy. That is what we want. Fleet managers play a vital role. They must strive for excellence. And ultimately, we do the change, like Gavin has said, that was repeated at the conference. We become the change that facilitates the greater change. There is no need to be a victim and complain about anyone else and ESCOM or ISCOM or all of these things. We make the plans to make sure the economy keeps on running. And how we do that with innovation. We do that in rejecting the victimology. We have a problem in South Africa where people are victims. They're entitled. They think everything must be given to them. But in supply chain and logistics, we don't have that comfort. Things must still happen. And this is what we strive for. Ultimately, what we do as fleet managers and why you should enter these awards and benchmark yourself and say, I want to be the best. I don't want to just settle for good enough. I don't want to settle for mediocrity. I do not want to settle for just compliance. Because people feel proud when they comply. What about excellence? The call is excellence, not compliance only. It is ultimately about the people. This picture here in the bottom is actually at the old Master Drive offices. And it is a commitment that we had at the previous organization to say that we want to upskill our drivers. Our drivers have horrible conditions. They strive to do what they want to do, but we need to upskill them. And we as fleet management, we provide the tools. We make sure those tools help and augment the driver. One of the things I remember wanting to do with one manager who didn't listen, there are many of those, I said, brother, we're going to go on a trip and you must get inside the taut liner that you are not servicing. And I'm going to travel with you to Durban. Magically, all the services were done. Magically, the trucks were compliant. Magically, they looked clean. Because I said to him, you need to understand that's a human being. It's not a toy. And that's what we do. We help those individuals. When I was at Unitrans, we used to have a saying, safety is not negotiable. It is absolutely not negotiable. We have to strive for the excellence that we do. One of the 4 pillars of RTMS, it talks about driver wellness. It talks about looking after their hours. It talks about the quality and how we service the vehicles. It's not just the cost benefit. This is human lives. And as we do that, as we take care of the human lives, they are able to take care of us. They're able to keep the commodities going. They're able to keep the economy going. Ultimately, we are chasing legacy. For me, fleet management, and I wanted to get to this because I know I can take forever. For me, fleet management is a calling. For me, fleet management, it is absolutely personal. It is not just a vocation. It is not just a job. It is absolutely fundamental. My father was a truck driver for 47 years. I am the child that waited hours on end, refused to sleep, thinking, is my father coming home today? And the trust on the fleet managers, the fleet controllers, and all the people who are involved to make those conditions right so that he can come home. I thank them because it gave me precious hours to spend with him. Didn't spend a lot of time with him, but he is the inspiration. He used to say, if you cut us, diesel will come out. Now with the diesel price, that will be, that would be wonderful, but we'll get hijacked. But so it is fundamental. It is something that I hold dear and near. And as I said, one of the things that my father said to me is that, Jonathan, listen, we come from the East Rand. We might be poor. We might be seen and classed in a different way. But you know what? You're not a victim. You're a victor. You're an overcomer. And you can do the very best you can in life to have a purpose. Fleet management companies, fleet managers, we are not working. We have a purpose. We have a direction, and that direction is to make sure other Edward Mphakes get home to their children. When I wrote the submission for last year's award, I kept repeating it over and over and over and over again. My, not job, my responsibility, my calling, my mission in life is to get that father, to get that mother back home safe again. I think that's it. Thank you very much for allowing me to present. Thank you, Eugene and Master Drive, for the opportunity.